A few days ago, I FaceTimed the boys completely unawares and forced them to show me inside their fridges. We've gathered some of those ingredients, put them into grocery bags, and now we have ourselves a social experiment. Okay, boys, as you can see, we've assigned you each one bag, which is some of the contents of somebody else's fridge.
Barry.
Jamie.
Mike.
Shall we play a game of show and tell?
Right. What have you done to me? Okay, so we've got some scrags of guacamole, hummus, Capri Sun, Baby Bell. Do you have children? I'm not shocked at the moment. I'm not worried. I just put my thumb in that. You've inadvertently screwed me by actually having quite good ingredients. I was going to fall back on the fact that you'd given me nothing to play with. We've got pumpkin, chicken, Capri Sun, obviously Spafford salad cream. I think there's quite a lot of stuff to work with here.
Yeah.
I'm worried.
Jamie, let's open Barry's fridge.
I've just looked in there, sake, Barry.
I don't want to come forward.
It's fair to say we caught Barry very much at the end of a week.
Half a double cream, crumble, butter.
Do you not lid?
Huh?
Do you not lid, bro?
No, it's not efficient, is it?
It's got a skin on it.
I don't know where to go. It's all great, but does it go together?
Straight away, top of the bag. I'm a happy man. I've got some meats to work with and some. Wait a minute. They're all lean meats, 2%, pre-cooked, lighter cheese.
I wasn't born with these 8-pack abs.
I'm happy with what's in front of me. I can do some with this.
Okay, imagine you've just got home from work, you've got 30 minutes on the clock. Cook up something tasty and inspired from these leftovers, and your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go!
I think this might be impossible. For me, I'm trying to work out what cuisine to go with. What's my hero ingredient?
No, to create a dish that best makes use of those ingredients. If you throw everything at it and it's rubbish, that's also a waste. Jay begins by committing with celery, Mike's going in for the pumpkin, Baz is starting with
Bacon.
Be interesting to see what that pumpkin tastes like, because so many pumpkins in the UK and across the world are grown for carving and not for flavour. And yet in the UK alone, 22 million pumpkins are thrown away every Halloween.
Well, Ebbers, luckily, I am coming to this pumpkin's rescue.
Excellent.
I don't know if I am.
To be honest, if you combine the whole of the food team here at Sorted together, we've got decades of experience in professional kitchens. And what actually that means is that we generally don't get ourselves into these places where we have ingredients left over without a home. Or we flip it and use that as a creative challenge to find a home for them.
Okay, here's a thought. I've got loads of veg. I've got celery, peppers, green chilli, I've got some broccoli. If I can get that all in and frying off with some tomato paste and some spices, I'll get some chopped tomatoes. I'm thinking a shakshuka style dish. I've got eggs that I can then do on top afterwards.
Pumpkin seeds
Bit
everywhere.
of fresh parsley. And I can do some double cream with some harissa paste as a bit of a splodge afterward.
Wow, that sounds actually quite good.
I'm kind of making a turkey mince ball ramen thing. I'm kind of making it up as I go along. I'm cooking all my proteins to start off with, crisp up some bacon, making some turkey balls with some togarashi, ball them up, fry them off in the bacon fat, get it all done, and then I started prepping my veg and building my ramen of sorts. I do need some ramen though.
You're coming up to having 10 minutes of your time gone. How does that make you feel?
Holy moly, really?
Yeah.
Quite concerned.
We just want simple, quick cooks here.
We have an issue, we have no ramen, so I have to use dried pasta instead. Sorry, Italy.
So we had some mushrooms that looked like they were on the turn in the next couple of days. I've got about half a pumpkin, chicken, half the quinoa. Yes, that solves the food waste problem, but it doesn't solve the flavour and what dish I'm making problem. So I'm roasting off some pumpkin there, and I think what I'm going to do is, once that started to cook through, make sort of like a pumpkin chili mushroom and cabbage sautéed hash together, and then figure out how to get some chicken in that. I want chili, garlic as my main flavours. We've got some ginger paste as well. Let's see what happens, Ebbers.
If you're enjoying this, there are some small things you can do that make a big difference to us. Like the video. Subscribe if you aren't. Click the notification bell and select all. Thanks.
So the reality here is that the average couple in the UK waste £30 of food a month because they don't necessarily have a plan when they go shopping and they don't know what to cook. That equates to 143 kilograms of food waste across a year, and a lot of that could be saved. So there are things we can do to think about how to use those up.
I was going to add some spices to make kind of shakshuka, but what I've realised is Barry's got jerk paste. Why not make like a jerk shuka?
What have we learned recently about the food of the Caribbean and around there?
Spicy.
Sometimes balanced out with...
I can't remember, Ebbers!
I'm trying to look at the ingredients you've got in front of you.
Jam, grapes.
A little bit of sometimes the fruit that makes its way into that.
Yeah.
It's inspired by the Spanish and Portuguese influence, sort of dried fruits and things like that.
It started off as a turkey ball ramen thing. Had no ramen, so now we're using spaghetti. So it's turning into a more of a turkey ball spaghetti dish with some flavours from around the world. I now don't know what cuisine I'm making. I'm just going for it. Then the balls are going into the pan, the bacon fat.
Layering flavour of bacon and turkey. I like it. Now wash down, get rid of all your raw meat from the board and bowls and crack on.
Mike also had some flavoured garlic butter in his fridge. So I've got to use that because it's just easy flavour.
Mike's going for volume here. I think he's cooking for an army.
I am. I'm cooking for Jamie's family, mate. These are Spafford portions from Spafford's fridge.
Whereas Jamie's gone for all the flavour in his pan. And he's added anchovy.
Umami.
Fair play.
Ground off, now into the oven to cook through. I don't think you can have turkey pink, so...
Barry.
Yeah, it's been doing that, I know.
Barry.
There are pumpkin seeds everywhere.
That sounds like my house.
You have had half your time. You have 14 minutes remaining. There's lots of lovely smells.
So I'm slicing this nice and thin so that it cooks relatively quickly because I think we only have about 13 minutes left.
Correct.
Turkey's cooking. I'm just going to prep some of these spring onions.
I like that Jamie has gone for a one-pan approach for his midweek meal. Mike is on his third pan.
If I had two big pans, I think I'd be all right, but I've got baby, middle, and Papa Bear pan.
Daddy Bear, Mummy Bear and Goldilocks.
So now prepping my veg. I'm going to fry these off in with the turkey. I'm also going to slice up some red onion as well.
You have 10 minutes remaining.
Apple crumble. Barry, I don't know where to use the apple crumble.
Enjoy it, mate. I made that.
What, and then put it in this lovely silver tray?
Well, that didn't happen. I didn't make. It's a homemade apple crumble from the apples that had fallen from the neighbour's tree.
Barry's was homemade. That one's not.
Oh, really?
8 minutes. Another top tip is to try not to just cook by recipe. If you go and buy all the ingredients for one recipe, the chances are, once you cook that recipe, you'll have a little bit of this left and a little bit of that left from your fresh ingredients. Instead, plan to share ingredients across a number of recipes.
Now that that's cooked out, I'm going to get a squidge of garlic just to add some flavour and a bit of ginger as well. Barry, I need to use your hob. Thank you,
Go
mate.
for it.
Love you.
I think I'm making turkey meatball pasta with Japanese flavours.
What's Japanese about the flavours?
I'm using a ramen broth. That's pretty much it. I'm using a ramen broth and togarashi in my bowls. The rest is then just, a mix really.
Jamie's making cheese on toast.
No, Ebbers. Making cheesy garlic bread.
You've got 6 minutes. Is that going to cook out the raw garlic?
Under a grill? Sure.
Hello, mate.
Which one's the grill? Is it that one?
I have no time to help. I'm really worried about that pumpkin.
Okay, think about plating up midweek style. Top tip if you're rushed for time with something like a shakshuka, those eggs could have been submerged in hot water for a few minutes just to bring them up to a warmer temperature to give you more chance in your last 4 minutes of cooking.
Cook! There we go. That's the colour I wanted.
No!
Are you okay, Spa?
You have to press play!
You idiot.
This is the worst oven in the world!
I think you've done this multiple times.
I have.
You've not learned from your errors. 1 minute. Three, two, one, and step away from your midweek meal delights. Right, let's get these into the sexies. Number one, you have all managed to cook 2 portions, not necessarily in front of us, but 2 portions of food from those bags. Thumbs up.
I'm taking the wins where they come.
Now let's see what they taste like and where perhaps we could have been a little bit smarter. They might be perfect, but I've seen the whole process, so I know they're not.
Just start eating.
Hey, just get in.
Mike, what did you cook?
Quinoa, mushroom, pumpkin. Yeah, we'll come to those. Here's what I like about the dish. You've taken seasonal veg, you've not done a huge amount to them to celebrate them in their sort of raw form, some of the pumpkin a little bit raw, without masking it with lots of other flavours. I like the fact that you tried to use the pumpkin seeds, which is a great addition for crunch. Unfortunately, they need taking out and actually like roasting so they're crunchy. What you're left with is something that's almost inedible as a pumpkin seed. They damage the dish rather than add to it. But the rest of the veg feels very autumnal.
Wait! Ebbers, does this change your mind?
Almost certainly not.
I almost forgot. It's served with a beverage.
But you know what? If that had been reduced down around the pumpkin and kind of
Okay,
gone
move on.
choppy
Move on.
Right, Baz, let's all dig in on this one.
What was this, Bez?
Turkey meatballs with spaghetti. You know what? I'm actually really happy with everything I did in terms of like technique-wise. I did everything right, but there was no idea at the end. No, I don't think I cooked anything badly.
Super lean turkey mince is tricky to cook perfectly, but you have got the added fat of the bacon. The end result as a dish is pretty okay. This is where I think you went wrong. You found one ingredient, the ramen stock, and then you'd made up your mind, and you cooked by recipe, despite the fact you didn't have half of the ingredients you needed. You fixated on one thing, and then sacrificed and made do where you went along.
And also, you go like 1 degree off, and then 5 minutes later, you go another degree off. And where you thought you were on the straight line, suddenly you're over there somewhere.
I was sat in the room going, what can I use up? Not what's going to make an amazing dish.
And also, things we've discussed before, perhaps thinking about the bacon and sharing it across multiple recipes. Instead, you cooked it all, but you didn't use it all. So there is an element of waste there. And to be honest with you, that's the kind of thinking that goes into Sidekick, our app. It's all the logic that goes on inside a chef's head so that you can cook a bit smarter across a week, share ingredients across various dishes, so you reduce food waste and you save money in the process.
And right now, you can get a whole year of Sidekick for just $29.99. That's the same as the average cost of food wasted in 1 month. No brainer, right? Be quick though, as the offer ends very soon.
Too much bacon is never a problem though.
So, should we look at the third one?
I'm excited by this.
Is that a croque madame shakshuka?
Jerk shuka.
Oh my God.
Jerk shuka with eggs, cream, parsley and garlic bread.
Cheesy garlic bread.
I'm loving that jerk mayonnaise stuff.
Cream.
Jerk, that sounds worse.
Jerking cream.
That's why I said that. I didn't want to say that.
I think that dish was an excellent creation given the bag of ingredients you had, which was probably the biggest challenge out of the 3 of you. I like the fact that you've taken a fairly classic dish we're familiar with and given it a twist with one paste that we've got. Typically we might think yogurt or sour cream in this instance, but you didn't have it. You went for double cream. I think all of that is great. I was surprised to see you open a brand new pack of pitta to use 2, leaving 4 behind when you had other things like potatoes on the table. But actually not a bad shout, because with the cheese you were able to use up and the garlic paste, I just think that garlic needed cooking out a bit more.
It's good for dipping though, isn't it?
As you were going through the process, if you think about planning ahead, you could have had that grill a lot hotter and preheated so you get some colour on the bread. But as an idea, that is super strong. 3 very different approaches, to cooking with the same challenge. I think through technique, there's a standout bottom place.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, wow.
Oh, whoa.
Wow.
And that's that one. Which leaves me with these two fighting for first place. This is a fairly obvious choice, and we've done dishes like it 101 times, and yet you still twisted it into a completely new place. This was not an obvious place because it's weird, but it kind of works, except some of the execution wasn't great.
Yep.
So today, my winner is Jamie. Gosh!
Yes, my bag won.
With the exception. It was a rubbish set of ingredients to work with. He pulled it off. He took my vote, but over to you guys. What's your vote? Comment down below.